Bless up.
Questions for LeBron? Front row, Jason.
Jason Lloyd, The Athletic. Brian, I know every season's different, every series is different, but 2 years ago you sat at your locker for 45 minutes with a towel over your head after the game ended, and tonight you're in here already. Can you just go through your emotions in the moment and it sounds silly how this feels?
Well, for me personally, I left everything on the floor every game, all 5 games. So for me personally, I have no reason to put my head down. I have no reason to look back at what I could have done or what I shouldn't have done or what I could have done better for the team. I left everything I had out on the floor every single game for five games in this finals, and you come up short. So, I mean, it would be the same if you feel like you wrote the best column of your life and somebody picked another one over you. How would you feel, Jason? So, you wouldn't hold your head down, but you'd be like, okay, it's just not my time. So, Golden State is a worthy opponent. Obviously been the best team in our league for the last 3 years, the best team this year. And they showcased that throughout the postseason. And we were another opponent in their way. It's just, it's unfortunate for some of the guys on our team that's never been able to, get this far and not be able to host the trophy up. And those are things that kind of bother me more than anything. Guys like Kyle and Derek and Darren and, Kay and Eddie. So emotions all over the place, right?
I know you guys are obviously competitors. You think you can overcome everything. Was there ever a point in this series where you felt overmatched, like you weren't going to be able to do this?
No, I don't think I've ever, not one time that I felt like we were overmatched until probably I looked up there, it was like a minute 20, and we were down 13, I believe, or something at that point, and I was like, okay. We left everything on the floor, and it still wasn't enough. They assembled a great team. We was able to get them last year, and they went out and got one of the best players that this league has ever seen. They did a great job, their front office and their players by doing that recruiting, the things that they did in the summertime, and obviously it paid dividends.
Dave?
Dave McMenamin, ESPN. LeBron, 32 years old, 14 years in the league, and now there's this team out west, that been to the finals won 2 championships in the last 3 years. How do you view them when you look at what's your future in the league?
Well, I mean, it's a two-sided question, because for me personally, I don't know. I need to sit down and figure this thing out, and so I don't know, as far as me personally right now. But as far as that team, they're going to be here for a while. They're going to be around for a while. Pretty much all their guys are in their 20s. Pretty much all their big-name guys are in their 20s, and they don't show any signs of slowing down. So, there's going to be a lot of teams that's trying to figure out ways to put personnel together to try and match that if they're able to actually face them in a playoff series, both Eastern Conference and Western Conference, because they're built for, from my eyes, they're built to last, a few years, so.
ESPN. LeBron, you said you have a sense of history about this. You averaged a triple-double in the finals. It's never been done before. You referenced maybe the best. Was this your best series you've ever played?
I don't know. I mean, this is my 8th trip to the finals, and I've had some pretty good ones, in my day. And like I said, I just try to do everything to try to help this team win and more. And for me to go out there and for the guys that allow me to be the leader that I am and allow me and trust me that I'm going to make the right plays and I'm going to do the right things and have the right intention, that's a compliment to my guys. It's a compliment to the 14 guys that allow me to do that and the coaching staff. And I just try to put in the work. I put in the work individually. I put in the work in the film room. I put in the work with my mind and my body every single day to prepare myself for whatever obstacle that this ball club entails. And does it always result in us winning? No, it's my 3rd year here, and we haven't won every game. You know, we haven't won every finals. Obviously, we've lost 2 of them. So, but like like I've always told myself, if you feel like you put in the work and you leave it out on the floor, then you can always push forward and not look backwards.
Lewis, NBC News Radio. You mentioned all the energy you exert, and obviously you work so hard. What do you plan on doing to get away from the game for a little while, and how long before you recharge your batteries and get back at it?
I don't know. I mean, I probably won't stop working out. I think it's a lifestyle for me, so I'll probably be back in my gym in the next couple of days just because it's just who I am. As far as being back on the basketball court, I'm going to take a while. I don't need to be back on the basketball court right now. I need to get off of my feet and let my joints and let my body kind of recover from being out on the floor for 14 straight years, you know. So, but I'll train all summer. It's just a part of who I am now. It's just a part of my lifestyle.
And LeBron, 5 years you broke through, 5 years ago you broke through, got your first championship against Kevin Durant. Having those burdens and those expectations to finally achieve it, I'm wondering if you could offer your perspective, what you think it must be like for him having experienced something like that yourself.
It's a great feeling. You know, when you're able to work hard, you're able to put in the work and accomplish a feat like that. It's something that we all dream about. You know, growing up in our inner cities, you know, along the hard work and, you know, through high school, through college, if you went to college, and through the NBA, you always hope that you'd be in a position to be able to not only compete for a championship but win a championship. And you know, it's a great feeling.
Chris Haynes, ESPN. Brian, obviously you can't control where free agents go and teams get stacked or whatnot. How would you look back at this season? How can you assess this season?
Our team, our ball club?
Yes.
We had some good times. We had some bad times. We had some times where, you know, the biggest thing of this season is we weren't able to get healthy. And when we finally got healthy, the playoffs is right around the corner, and we showed what we're capable of doing when we got a full unit. It would have been great to see us at a full unit throughout the whole season so we can continue to build the camaraderie and build the chemistry out on the floor. So, you know, you don't have to wait till April to see what you're capable of doing. And yes, we were able to hit the switch, but, you know, those games in January, those games, you know, in November, you know, and the games that people think that's not important, they're important to me. And they would have been important to our ball club, but whatever, we figured it out and got to the postseason as a 2 seed. We controlled home court and was able to win on the road in the Eastern Conference Finals in Boston. And we was able to punch our clock into competing for a championship. And as a ball club and as an individual, that's all you want is an opportunity. You know, obviously, we ran against, like I said, a worthy opponent, one of the best playoff teams that this league has ever seen, obviously. And we weren't able to get over the hump and accomplish what we ultimately wanted to do. But there's no such thing as a failed season when you put in as much work as we've done individually and as a ball club since September, since late September.
LeBron, you just said I need to take some time and sit down and figure this thing out, big picture, Warriors, all of that. Does it feel like the puzzle pieces are out there, you just can't see them yet?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not I'm not the GM of the team, and I'm not in the front office, but I know our front office is going to continue to try to put our ball club, put our franchise in position where we compete for a championship year in and year out. And like I said, you know, teams and franchises are going to be trying to figure out ways that they can put personnel together, the right group of guys together to be able to hopefully compete against this team. And like I said, they're assembled as good as you can assemble. And I've played against some really, really good teams that was assembled perfectly. And they're right up there. So we will see. But I will get away from the game a little bit. I'll probably watch some WNBA games, though. I can't get away from it. I'll be at my son's tournaments this summer, so I'll be a part of the game. But as far as me actually playing, I won't be a part of the game much this summer.
Hey, LeBron, Eric Pinkett's Basketball Insiders. You've been a part of 2 super teams, the one you have here, the one you had in Miami. Looking at what the Cavaliers, rather the Golden State Warriors have done, are you still a fan of the concept? Do you think it's a good thing for the NBA to build these teams, how they brought in Kevin? And you get what I'm asking?
No, not really. I don't believe I've played for a super team. I don't believe in that. Okay. I believe we're a super team here. So no, I don't. You guys want one more question before I leave and not see you guys for a long time?
Robert Littell, Black Sports Online. It was mentioned before that Kevin Durant lost his first NBA Finals when you won your first NBA Finals. Kind of fast forwarding to right now, how is he a different player and a different person since you do know him personally? And even though you're, obviously you're upset because you lost, how do you feel about, him winning that first championship?
Well, I'm not happy he won his first. I'm not happy at all. And, but at the end of the day, from when I played him in the 2012 finals to now, like I said, experience is the best teacher in life, and he's just experienced and experienced and experienced, and it also helps when you able to experience some things with this team as well. And he felt like he needed to reassemble and reassess his career and come here. So like I said, having, getting that first championship for me was like having my first son. Just a proud moment. It was something that you never forget. And at the end of the day, nobody can, no matter what anybody say from now on in your career or whatever they say, they can never take away from you being a champion. That's something that they always gonna speak about you. It may maybe be like the last thing they may say, but they always gonna have to say that you're a champion. And like I said, when you put in the work and things pay off, then you can always be okay with whatever else that happens in your career.
Thank you, LeBron.